Welcome to Graphic Designer Pro. In today's episode of Tool Time, we'll be looking at the pencil tool in Adobe Illustrator. And if you want to follow along, then you can download a free template file for this lesson from the description below. Okay, I'm going to pass you over to our lead designer Rory, who will show you how it works.
Thanks Ross. So jumping straight into our template file, you can see we have some examples of the kind of thing we can create with the pencil tool. So over on the left hand side we can find the pencil tool. It sits under the shaper tool, but if I just click and hold on that, you can see it's the next in the list and the keyboard shortcut is N. The pencil tool is a great way to freehand sketch paths within Illustrator, and we have a few options to choose from when we do this. So if I double click on the tool, the main thing we're focusing on here is this fidelity slider. We don't really have to worry about the options below, but we can basically change how smooth or accurate the path that will be created is. So if I select accurate and click OK and try and draw a straight line, I'm just using a mouse and it's very difficult to be incredibly accurate using a mouse. You can see we're going to get a very rough line. If I double click and go to the smooth side, click OK and try and do the same thing, we're going to get a much straighter line because of the smoothness that's being applied. So both have their place and it really depends on the style you're going for. I'm first going to try and trace this slab serif T using the accurate setting to create a rough version of it. So this is one example of where this may come in handy. Now because I'm using a mouse, I'm just sticking to very short and small movements with my mouse just to try and eliminate too much movement within this. I still want it to be quite rough. Sometimes it's actually easier to zoom out a bit and it's just going to mean that the distance your mouse is traveling is slightly shorter. Of course, this would be much easier with a graphics tablet, but you certainly don't need a graphics tablet to use the pencil tool. So I'm just going to speed through this process and show you what we come up with. Okay, so this is what we've come up with. As you can see, it is very rough and this isn't a very good rendition of it, but what I can do is selecting any of these paths and then clicking on my pencil tool again. I can simply click and drag back over a path and try and correct any of the areas that aren't looking right. So this is a useful feature. It does take a little bit of getting used to and quite a lot of trial and error, especially when using the accurate setting, but it can yield some very interesting results. Now obviously if I turned my smoothness back up to the maximum and click OK, we're going to get a much smoother line, and this is where I mainly use this tool for creating nice flowing lines. You can see here the path I created was actually very rough and very inaccurate, but the smoothing does an excellent job and we can create some nice flowing paths with relative ease using this tool.
If you want to learn more about graphic design, then we've created a free 1-hour training where we reveal our top 5 secrets to creating beautiful graphic design. So make sure to sign up for the next free webinar. The link is in the description. You're not going to want to miss it. I'll see you there.